Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. 高ま原にがむずまります。かむろぎかむろみのみこともちて、すめみおやかむいさなぎのみこと、つくしのぎむかの立ち花の、ほどのあはぎらにみそぎ払いたもうときになりませる。払いどのお神たちもろもろのまがごと罪けがりを払いたまえ清めたまえとまおすことのよしを天つかみ国つかみやおよろずの神たちともに雨のふちこまの耳振り立ててきこしめせとかしこみもまおす未 Miroku o Mikami Mamori Tamae Saki Hae Tamae Miroku o Mikami Mamori Tamae Saki Hae Tamae Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Kom nagara tamachi haemase. Kom nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
Agradecemos, Deus.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to the teachings of Meishu-sama. Righteousness. I have come to the realization that those who trust God and live each day leaning upon the staff of love have nothing to fear in this world. Only those who live life virtuously and have clear consciences are not afraid of what others think or say, for they know they are loved by God. Even if the path is narrow and obstructed by dark forces, we will proceed humbly and obediently according to God's will. I feel the surest way to judge the characters of an individual is by learning how much or how little sense of righteousness he or she has. A sense of righteousness is, as it were, the backbone of a human being. A person with little sense of righteousness is like a jellyfish without the backbone. Such a person is undependable, so we cannot feel safe. In dealing with any problem, we should first ask ourselves whether a particular solution is right or wrong. If you have determined that it is not right, you should unflinchingly resist it with all your moral strength. If you live with this principle, even though you may temporarily experience difficulty, in the long run, everything will work out for the best. In whatever situation you may find yourself, it is best and most pleasant to keep on the right path at all times, doing things openly and honestly without fear. People with that kind of character can be the pillars of the world and the guardians of righteousness. It is through the strength of such individuals that a wholesome society can be developed, for God always stands by those who are righteous and just.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service. Thank you also for your daily prayers towards world peace, the victims of wars, of natural disasters, as well as man-made disasters. This morning, the faith experience I want to share with you is from Daniela Cristina Silva, from Presidente Prudente, São Paulo. Daniela is 40 years old and currently dedicated herself as a lay leader. Early 2017, her then 7-year-old son developed a high fever and vomiting. She took him to the pediatrician, who admitted him immediately. Even had a fever of almost 106 degrees, even though he was taking medication via IV. The team of doctors reported that her son manifested a very bad throat infection, and there was a risk of bacteria reaching his bloodstream. If that happened, he would be transferred to the ICU. Daniela spoke to her minister and requested religious assistance. Thereafter, her son received many joy from her and the members who went to the hospital. Within days, his infection began to subside and he felt better. About 2 months later, her son had a new infection in his throat, with again a very high fever, and he was once again medicated. Infections continued, and underwent several tests that did not show any positive changes. The constant use of antibiotics has caused his immune system to have difficulties defending the body from infections. Each passing day, he was looking more pallid and getting skinnier. After a year in this situation, not knowing what to do, she questioned herself for the reasons to all that despair. At the beginning of 2018, during another crisis, the doctor told her that her son had already been administered almost all the antibiotics available. In view of this, Daniela informed the doctor of her decision to suspend the medication. The doctor consented and guided her on how her son would be monitored during his crisis. Danielle again asked her minister for guidance. He suggests for her to take her son to the center the following day to receive intensive Johrei, and so she did. At the end of the day, he still had a fever, but he felt invigorated. The next day, he received Johrei assistance at home, and his fever subsided. He received Johrei with the minister twice a week and gave himself in service to cleaning the chairs of the altar room and the minister's pulpit. Every day, Daniela cleaned the bathrooms of the Johrei Center, held a Johrei gathering at her home, and deepened her studies of Meishu-sama's teachings. By committing to these practices of faith, her son's crisis began to subside, and he was getting increasingly better. However, in the middle of the year, her son once again experienced severe allergy attack. Within minutes, his skin became all red. One more time, Daniela requested Johrei assistance. After about 5 hours of receiving continuous Johrei, his skin cleared up, returning to a normal condition. After this episode, his infections decreased until they completely disappeared. And her son is a healthy child, gaining weight and looking wholesome. At the end of 2018, he received the child locket, the Shoko, and has never had throat infections again. Today, he's a healthy, outgoing preteen with many friends around him. Danielle is very thankful to God and Meishu-sama for the protection granted to her family and to the ministers and members for the marvelous assistance they had offered. Her commitment is through serving the divine work to be ever more useful in the construction of paradise on earth. Thank you very much for attending this morning service and listening to this powerful faith experience. Wish you all a most wonderful day.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.